Growth in the most southern states is concentrated in a few districts. The article is taken from the newspaper The Hindu, which is talking about the concentration of economic prosperity in few districts of the southern states. So, which is raising concern about the economic disparity within the states. So, let us discuss more about this article from the mains point of view. So, why we are discussing this article today? Like I mentioned, the economic survey of 2023-2024 released by several southern states reveals the concentration of economic prosperity in few states. So some of the key insights from the economic survey. First is the weak economic growth than the national average. For example, in the post-pandemic time, India made a tremendous recovery economically. That is, the GDP grew by 9.2%, while the southern states recorded slower economic growth. For example, in the case of Tamil Nadu, it is 8.2%. In the case of Telangana, it is 7.4%, and in the case of Karnataka, Andhra, and Kerala, it is between 6 to 6.5%. So next important matter addressed in the economic survey is the unequal economic distribution. Like I mentioned in the beginning, the concentration of economic prosperity in the few states. For example, in the case of Tamil Nadu, out of 38 districts, only 8 districts had a per capita income above the state average of 2.8 lakh. And in the case of Telangana, it is only 3 out of 33 districts exceeded the state average of 3.1 lakh. And in the case of Karnataka, only 4 districts had per capita income above the state average of 3 lakh. And the next major concern highlighted in the economic survey is the high unemployment in the southern states. For example, according to the periodical labor force survey report of 2022-2023 says that India's national average unemployment rate is 3.2%, while if you take the case of the Kerala, the unemployment rate is 7.6%. And in the case of Telangana, it is 4.8%, and in the case of Andhra Pradesh, it is 4.5%, and in the case of Tamil Nadu, it is 3.4%, and out of the southern states, only Karnataka had a lower unemployment rate than the national average. And this is raising concern about the jobless growth in the southern part of India. And the next matter highlighted in the economic survey is the shift in the employment pattern. That is a decline in the casual labor and a rise in the self-employment. Yes, rise in the self-employment is a happy news, but at the same time, decline in the casual labor raises concerns, because we know that India is giving more importance to domestic production and manufacturing, and this time we need casual labor force to enhance our production. But if you take the case of Tamil Nadu, you can see the casual labor force fell from 33.5% to 30.5% to 31% between 2017-24. While the self-employment grew from 32.8% to 34.2%. And in the case of Telangana, the self-employment increased by 8 percentage points to 55.9%, while the casual labor declined by 5.7%. So coming to the key takeaways from the data of the economic surveys, we can see that first major problem is a slower economic growth. So in the post-pandemic time, India recorded a growth of 9.2% of GDP, while the southern states had lower economic growth compared to the national average, which is raising concerns about the economic stagnation in the future. And the next is regional disparities within the states, and that is also raising concerns about the implementation of schemes as well as the government management of the economy. And the next is high unemployment in the southern states despite having economic strength, and this is raising concerns about the jobless growth. And the next is rise in self-employment due to the limited formal job opportunities. Rise in the self-employment, it is a happy news, but the fall in the casual labor, which is raising concern in the time, especially when India gives more importance to production and to ensure self-sufficiency in the manufacturing sector. And the next is weak manufacturing hampers job creation. That means we need more investments to strengthen this secondary sector of the southern states. So coming to the way forward, first, balanced growth. That is, promote decentralized development in rural and backward regions to address the problem of economic disparity and the concentration of wealth. And the next is boosting manufacturing. So this will provide employment opportunities, and for that we need to provide investment as well as incentives to encourage the manufacturing sector. And the next is enhance employment. That is, expanding skill programs and support entrepreneurship. We know that the self-employment is growing in the southern India, so it is a time we can push it. And the next is reduce inequality. That is, improving infrastructure and providing business incentives to the lagging area can address the problem of the unequal access to the employment opportunity as well as to business opportunities. So in this topic we discussed the important matters highlighted in the economy survey released by the southern states between 2023-24, and what are the concerns highlighted in the economic survey, and how we can address this we discussed that through our way forward.